You guys are on Eastern time.
That's right.
Yep.
Right, so it's like 8:04 p.m. Eastern, November 10th, 2023. It's 5:04 p.m. Pacific out here in Santa Cruz. You guys, we are joined by Will and Adam from Pistols at Dawn. If you guys have questions in the chat, drop those questions for us. I see we already have some great comments, and we'll start the show. All right, this is Johnny Bean TV. Thank you. What's up?
What's up, brother? Great
Hey, great to meet you guys. We got Adam. You're welcome. So Adam, you're the drummer.
I am. Yes, sir.
I watched a few of your music videos earlier. And Will, you had some nice things to say before we started.
Yes, so
pretty cool.
This is amazing. This is unreal. I watched Johnny's guitar tutorial videos when I was 13 years old, just getting into guitar. No joke. I mean, it's like what? It's like a big nostalgic moment for me here, right, man? Like I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you.
Hey. That sounds good to me.
Whatever these tutorials were, bro, they worked. That dude can shred guitar like no other.
Oh, dude.
I keep hearing about that. I was just watching a bunch of your videos on YouTube, and in the comments, there are people saying like, "Man, Will's like the greatest guitar player ever." I saw those comments because you came out, you were doing all the tapping stuff and all that, and is that a part of your set?
It is. So Adam was very, very adamant on us starting off the show with a bang. So he wanted me to come out and side stage in the dark, doing the little intro solo, and that's kind of how it all started, and it all started on that Alter Bridge tour with Mammoth, and ever since then it's kind of been a show tradition. So it's been super cool.
Very, very cool. Yeah, Did you guys play California on that tour?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, played Anaheim.
Anaheim, okay.
Yeah. House of Blues, I think.
House of Blues. Oh, I've been there during the NAMM show. I think I went to an event there one year.
Nice.
Loved it.
Very, very cool. Yeah, so I didn't get to see you guys on that tour. I did see Mammoth. I saw Mammoth when they were down in Monterey a couple months ago, I think.
Uh-huh. Very nice.
And I didn't meet Wolfgang, but I got to hang out with Ronnie and John.
Dude, they are amazing people, dude.
Nice.
So kind, all of them.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a life-changing experience getting to go on the road with those guys.
It was
awesome. How did you get that tour?
We have I guess when we went to radio, we had a very good response, and our radio team, we have an exceptional radio team, and they were in contact with the Alter Bridge people. We had the same radio team as they did, and they were in touch with their management, and their management asked them who do they think would be a great opener for Alter Bridge and Mammoth, and they threw out Pistols at Dawn, and the band literally had to approve it. They took a listen, and they were like, hell yeah, let's go. I got the call, and that's history.
Right on. So where are you guys based?
So we're based out of Atlanta, Georgia. We were born in Atlanta, Georgia, and everything kind of takes place business-wise out of Atlanta. And then our guys Will's up in South Carolina, in Greenville, near Greenville. And then John Sukdu Singh and Gabriel Cuevas are down in Miami.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Cool. I lived in Miami Beach for a while.
Nice.
Years ago. Nice. I worked with a songwriter named Desmond Child.
Who
did all the Aerosmith, Bon Jovi, all that stuff. Yeah. And he was based in Miami for a while, so I was actually living in his house. This was years ago. So
wow.
Long time ago. Before YouTube.
Awesome.
But I'll tell you a funny story about Will. When we and that was in relation to that Alter Bridge tour. It was that we, when we got the gig, it was like, we can't just go play with Alter Bridge and Mammoth and with two of the best guitarists, in the country, and not kind of make a dent with our incredible, he was 21 at the time, our 21-year-old phenom. And so I called Will and I challenged him, and I was like, dude, it's real simple. You're going to go out, show one in front of all of these people coming to see Tremonti and Wolfgang, and you're going to lay down one of the greatest solos of all time. And he as optimistic as Will is, and he's the happiest, most optimistic dude I've ever met in my life. He was like, you're insane, and this is not the best idea you've ever had. Adam.
Like, are you sure about this?
And I was like, Will, I was like, I'm sorry, brother. This is one of those executive decisions I get to make, and you've got to do it. And I was like, and I'll tell you why. And I said, when I'm 105 and I'm on my deathbed, and I look back at my life as a musician, I'm going to know that when we went and played with Tremonti and with Wolfgang and with Alter Bridge and Mammoth in front of 8,000 people, whatever it was, every single night that you threw down and that we came out and made a statement that we weren't there to open, but to put on a show. So, and Will did it with perfection. I mean, absolute positive perfection.
So much fun. Like, I will never forget that tour for the rest of my life, as long as that is. I mean, that was an unreal experience for sure.
Wow. Yeah, I'm sorry I didn't get to see you guys on that one, but hopefully soon.
Oh,
it looked like you guys are going back out, right?
Well, we went out. We did Ugly Kid Joe did their first U.S. tour in 27 years, and FOZZY took us out, and we played, I think, 4 cities in California, and we had a great time out there. But we're going to do the UK in February, and then I have no doubt that the higher ups that we're now working with will plan a big U.S. tour that covers the West Coast.
Oh, awesome!
Sure.
Awesome. Well, hey, let's say hello to the top tier of channel membership here on Johnny Bean TV. We have supporters that help support this channel and support these shows. And the top tier are the executive producers, and they are currently Sherman Callahan, 40 Grit, Michael B. Live, CC, Nova 9, Michael Smith, Music Therapy Laz, R-Habs, Warlag, Patty Dill, Fairfield Guitar Co., Majestic PB&J Cat, Guitarman 45, and Janice Lala.
Yeah!
Those are the executive producers here on Johnny Bean TV YouTube channel. We're also live on Twitch. We're live on Facebook, all over the place. And this, after the fact, this will be a podcast on Spotify, Apple,
nice.
iHeart, everywhere there is.
Awesome.
So yeah. So you guys did the tour with Alter Bridge, Mammoth. Let's talk about your history. How did you guys start as a band?
Back in 2015, the first 4 of us, the original members, got together. We had all grown up in the Atlanta music scene, and we just wanted to put together a cool band and see if we could put some music together. And after growing up here, we knew we had something special with the guys that were in the room, and so we laid down the first singles, had the original. I mean, it was very fast. Came in, wrote these great songs. I was like, we got to go in the studio. We went in the studio. You had some original growing pains, and it was the type of thing where we just decided to take a break for a bit. One of the band members, the original shredder in the band, great guy, great guitarist. He unfortunately got cancer. A couple of years go by, and he passes away. I get a call on the day of his funeral from our one of the other original members. His name was Devin, and he was the rhythm guitarist and incredible. And he called me up and he was just like, Adam, we got to do this. He's like, I just left Mike's funeral and we got to do this. And I was like, cool, let's do it. We got together. We spent the summer together back in 19 and 20. We decided to go pro, really go for the gusto and, look to tour and make a life for this. And from 20, we hit 20, and 3 months later, a national worldwide pandemic hits. I do all the business stuff, and I just decided to put my head down engage with 2 million people during the pandemic. Literally. I mean, like it was just contact, comment. You know, it was insane. And we did 8 videos. We put out an EP during the worst part of the pandemic. We found a video team that would work with us professionally. And we put out 8 videos, just as much content as possible. Came out of the pandemic with fire, got our team together, start to build manager, publicist, all that mess. And then ultimately we did our first LP, Ascension, which we toured on this year, which came out about a year and a half ago. And we had 3 songs go top 40, Billboard, Mediabase, the whole thing. And we've gone through several lineup changes since that time for a multitude of reasons. We're probably on our 5th lineup, and this will be hopefully the last lineup ever. We have just such an incredible connection, the 4 of us. And it's a 4-piece now, and just having the time of our lives. You know, Ascension's done incredibly, and you know, we've already got the 24 album written, and we're polishing now. We'll get into the studio towards the end of the year and the very beginning of 24, and then get ready because we're gonna put out one of the best albums in the world next year.
Right on, man.
That's our history.
I was wondering because I did watch several of your music videos. And I was like, these look like different guys, and then so yeah. So
you know, I've said this before, and I get this question all the time. The reality is that, you know, whether it be some people have children, some people just want to raise children, some people can't be in a band, some people have to work, some and pay for their families, some people are alcoholics, some people are drug addicts, mental health issues, this, that, the other, and some people are just downright assholes. And, you know, and you just can't live with them. And it's the type of thing where, unfortunately, if you're going to be a pro act, you've just got to resign yourself to the fact that the concept of sticking with the original members all the way to the end is a unicorn, basically. Yeah. And we've just evolved. You know, we've had great members along the way. I have nothing but wonderful things to say about every guy who's ever played in Pistols at Dawn. Blessed to have been with all of them and produced all of this great music and the videos and touring and everything. But I can genuinely tell you that this is the best lineup we've ever had. It's just because there's such a connection now with the guys that are in the band. It's so positive. It's so collaborative. It's so familial. And, you know, everybody's so talented in their own way. And we all push each other to really thrive in our own ways. Rather than kind of try to seek an, you know, egotistical, you know, tug at you know, being famous or any of that nonsense. And so we're a unit, and you know, I see no end in sight.
Such a brotherhood.
Very cool.
It's nothing but love all the way around.
There you go, man. Yeah, I've been in a bunch of bands myself, and I know exactly, you know, what it's like. And unfortunately, a couple of the best bands I've been in, they disintegrated, you know, because of stupid reasons. But you got to keep going. You know, you can't stop.
Yeah, I told the original members when we decided to go pro in 20, I told them, I was like, if you're gonna make this decision with me, I'm not gonna stop. So whatever happens, you know, the band will go forward no matter what. And I've been blessed to come into contact like with Will here. Will's this 22-year-old guitar genius, and I don't mean it to kiss his ass. I mean it like seriously. And he just happens to be one of the sweetest humans on earth, coming from this amazing family. I don't even know how to put it into words. And then the other guys are just the same, and it's just a big ball of happiness, and it's unusual, and I'm really excited because the music is so good too. And just to have the full package, I don't even know what to say. It's like there's no turmoil anymore, and it's all just positive, and the music's even better than ever. And I'm just like you know, someone needs to punch me in the,
Feels like lightning in a bottle, for sure.
There's some juju in the air or something. I don't know what's going on, but I like it.
Oh, that's awesome. So okay, so Will, when did you first start playing the guitar? Who were your early influences?
Yeah, so I started when I was about 13. Like that was when I really was okay. I want to do this. But it all started because of Guitar Hero, the video game. So me and my sister would play it all the time, like just every day when I was like from when I was 9 to 10 to 11, and that's kind of what introduced me to all this old school rock and roll stuff. And I was just like, man, this is where it's at. I got Guitar Hero Van Halen, and then I got Guitar Hero Metallica, and I was like, I really want to try this. So I got my first guitar when I was about 12, and then when I was 13, I was like, I really like this. let's have some fun. So that was kind of how it all began.
Nice. So when you made the transition from the Guitar Hero controller to an actual guitar, like what was that like? Because some of us, we're a little older. I played a real guitar first, and then I did the controller thing. But going from the controller to the actual instrument, like what was that like?
I think it was definitely a benefit starting with the Guitar Hero controller, because that kind of gave me the feel for using these fingers, and then kind of using this one. But it definitely was kind of blindsided me. I was kind of like, okay, this is a little different, but honestly, it felt right. Like nothing about it that felt like too foreign or like, oh, I really, like this is too hard. I don't know if I want to do this. Like that never happened. And I always just wanted to go in and just try to do the things that I was hearing from guys like Eddie Van Halen and James Hetfield and all that. I was like, let's just do it. Let's see how to do that. So that's kind of how it all began.
Very cool, man. So your earliest influences, Eddie Van Halen.
Oh, Eddie Van Halen, without a doubt. Metallica, David Gilmour, Pink Floyd, Rush, Def Leppard, all the '80s hair metal bands, of course, and then I started falling in love with like Steve Vai and Joe Satriani, all the soloists and them. So it just steamrolled. It just all kind of crumbled together as the journey moved forward. So, well, I love them all. Like, I love all kinds of music. It doesn't matter what it is or who it is or the genre. I just love it all.
Yeah. Oh, that's that. I mean, I do almost like a daily show here on my channel here, and I'm always telling people, if you want to be a real musician, you have to listen to a lot of different stuff, even if you don't dig it, because you'll learn something from it.
Yes,
absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah,
I probably made my biggest jumps and biggest developments and technique and stuff from things I never thought that I would listen to, or it just never piqued my interest. And then I was like, oh, there's really something to this. So you're absolutely right.
Yeah, and I see some cool guitars back there too. I see like a Frankenstein, a Bumblebee.
There's a couple.
What are those ones that are? What are the ones with the lights? What are those?
So that's the flame guitar back there, the green one. That was kind of an anomaly. So here, I actually can go grab it for you. I'm in my pajamas, so hold on. Let's see what we got. Whoa. So it's actually, there you go.
Flame guitar.
Yeah. So believe it or not, let me throw these back on. It actually is a $15 LED strip from Amazon.
Oh, okay.
And so I used double-sided tape, and I just literally, and some super glue, and I just ran it around, the body stuff. And then on the back is just like a little like $5 battery pack.
Yeah.
People lose their minds when he turns that on.
Dude,
during
it's like so bright too, like especially in the dark, like on a stage. It's like, whoa, it lights up the whole crowd in front of me, and I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm like, whoa, there's more people here than I thought.
So you play those live?
Yes,
I do. Dude. Yeah, the flame one has kind of become it's become a bit of a staple. So I try to bring that out whenever I can.
Oh, dude, that's awesome.
Thanks, man.
That's awesome, man. Yeah. And so do you play drums too? I see a drum set back there.
Yeah. I started drums a little bit after I started guitar with the same thing. It was Guitar Hero again. the little plastic kit. That's kind of what started that too. So
that's cool. I mean, That's actually really awesome that you started with the video games, and that,
I know,
because there's a lot of people that they look at that controller and that game, they're like, that's not real, that's lame, whatever.
Right.
But
yeah.
I mean, look at this. It took
Dude,
you from that to actually playing in a professional band, opening up for
100%.
Wolfgang, and I mean that's incredible.
Absolutely, it's a dream come true, like without a doubt.
That's incredible, man.
And it introduced, the biggest thing that it did for me was just introduce me to music. Like it wasn't necessarily just the playing of it, but getting to like go through that catalog of songs and see all these bands that I didn't really know about, and I'm just like, man, it's great. So it really has been like a crazy journey with that, and starting with the video game. Like it's a fun story to tell people. They always have the same reaction. They're like, wait, really?
That's great, man. That's great.
For sure.
So Adam, so what's your musical history? You're the drummer, and it seems like you're like the like this. I think I was reading in your bio, like you started this band, correct?
Yes, I started this band with the original. There was 3 of us, 4 of us originally, and then 3 of us, and then unfortunately through the years, for a multitude of reasons, now just Adam founding. And musically, pretty simple. My parents got divorced when I was 5, and my dad's very first girlfriend hated my mother, so she bought me a drum set. And my dad, I guess I was hooked. I don't even remember. I remember getting it, and I remember playing it in my room, and I remember my mother being pissed off. That's all I remember at 6. But then I just moved up from that to some electronic drum pads, and then other drum pads, and then eventually around the same time, kind of like Will, when I was like 13, I got my first kit, and I took 2.5 years worth of lessons with some pros in Atlanta. And for me, it was real simple. I mean, I was from the time I was like 6, 7, 8 years old, I went to a ton of concerts since I was really little. And I was just always mesmerized by the drums and the drummers and the showmanship with the drums. And, you get to wear the cool gloves and you get to beat on things. And I just thought that was always so cool. And so finally I had this cousin, and one of his last wishes, he had cancer when I was around 13, 14. He had cancer, and unfortunately he passed away. And I remember my mom saying that my cousin, it was a distant cousin, and would, she would call my aunt and see if the drum set was available. And they gave me the drum set, and it was this cool percussion plus, $500 red drum, bright red drum set. It was cool. And, it was so cool to get it from my cousin. I hate that he had passed, but I got this special gift that he had. And man, if I didn't play that day in, day out, just playing along with the CDs and the radio and all my favorite drummers, Phil Rudd and early Guns N' Roses and Jane's Addiction and Rush and Metallica, and I would just play along and play along and play along, and I took lessons, and it just grew from there. And then for me, it was simple. I knew how to play drums. Okay, I'm in a band. All through middle school and high school and college and everything, band. Played tons of shows. Grew up in the Atlanta music scene, and then finally, got with some of the best guys in Atlanta, and that's how Pistols at Dawn was kind of created. And it's awesome being in a band with another drummer, because Will, it's really cool when we write music, because Will and the other guys, John and Gabriel, they will lay down drum tracks. And Will, he's an exceptional drummer, highly technical, probably more technical than me. And it's the type of thing. Oh yeah. And it's the type of thing where I just beat the shit out of the drums. That's what I'm good at. And, he's able to give me some cool thoughts and things to think about when I'm writing. And, it's a good combination.
I try not to do the usual guitarist thing and lay down the like impossible drums that we want,
Yeah. Yeah. So it's always fun. It's always fun because they'll lay something down, and then I come down there and I put down what I put down, and it's completely completely out of nowhere, nothing they ever contemplated, and it completely changes the dynamics of songs, and I love that. And then they love it because it actually fits. Because I write for the songs, and it's just cool because we all have varying perspectives on these things, and it mixes well.
For sure.
Cool. So when you guys, what was that?
I was just going to say, but I'm old school as well, just like Will. I mean, when it comes to, every drummer imaginable. I mean, everyone from Lars and Morgan Rose to just getting into Gojira's drummer recently, and his brilliance, and going back to a lot of the Will Calhoun in the 80s, and the original Guns N' Roses drummer, and so much AC/DC. Jane's Addiction, all of that. It's just, and obviously when I was little and took lessons for the first time, I walked into the drum shop, and the guy's like, okay, the way I'm going to teach you is we're going to pick a song and I'm going to show you how to play every part of it, and then you'll be able to play drums. And I was like, okay. And he's like, what do you want to play? And I was like, Free Will by Rush. and he was like, are you basically you're out of your league, kid. And I was just like, I don't give a shit. We're doing it. And we did it. And I played it. And
awesome.
Now I can't play it like Pert, but I could play it, And I think his name was Jack Dukes, a big drummer in Atlanta back in the day. And I just remember he always respected me because of that.
Oh, that's great, man. That's great. So you guys, so how many albums do you have out again?
So we have our original singles. There were 3 original singles we put out. We did an EP called Nocturnal Youth. There was a 4-track EP, and then we did our 8-track Ascension. And now we have somewhere between 10 and 13 tracks for our 24 record, which Will and John and Gabriel have now really put their stamp on Pistols at Dawn and made it their own in a magnificent way. Like, if you like what you've heard so far, like, I'm really proud of what we've heard so far. We've had great results, radio, this, that, the other. This stuff that these guys have written and that I get to be a part of as well, it's going to shoot us to the moon. I know it.
Awesome. And then you'll be touring? It looked like you had some dates coming up, correct?
Yes, we're going to the UK with FOZZY. We're playing the UK. We're going to play London. We're going to play England, Scotland, and Wales in February. And we're very excited because we haven't crossed the pond yet. And we're going to go over there, and we've got some. We'll be ready to tear some shit up, just to be completely blunt. I mean, like, we're ready to play right now. And we're like a bull sitting in the pen, waiting for them to let us go for the 8 seconds. And all I can tell you is that, whether it be the UK or when the new record comes out, there's a lot of pent up energy in Pistols at Dawn right now. And we're ready to play the entire planet, to be honest with you. And we've given that directive to our new management, which we'll announce soon, which we're very excited about. And, hopefully that'll be the case.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing you guys. Like I said, actually, I almost could have saw you. I think Alter Bridge, when you guys were in Nashville back in like January or something.
I think so. Alter Bridge, they had 2 legs on that tour, and we were on the second leg. So we did like pretty much all of the Midwest and West Coast.
Oh, okay.
But the first leg, because I think Red was on the first leg.
Okay, because I was looking through your website, and I saw some dates, and it talked about the Ryman in Nashville.
Yeah.
I guess it was the Alter Bridge. Yeah, in Mammoth, because I was in town, and I could have gone to that show, but I didn't make it. But I was thinking maybe you guys were there for that.
I'm glad you didn't, because we weren't there for that.
I'm glad I didn't go to that.
Yeah, me too. And we recently played 5 shows in California. And so we'll get back soon enough, and we'll make a point to have you out to a show, and then maybe we can do this show again and talk about the new record and touring and all the other crazy stuff that's about to go on.
That'd be
Absolutely.
great. Are you guys going to be at the NAMM show in January?
I want to come so bad, so I'm trying to plan on it. So we'll see.
Same. I assume you'll be there.
I'll be there. Yes.
I've never
Yeah.
been to NAMM, so I've
haven't
wanted to
either.
go for years. So we might need to make a band field trip out of that one.
I agree.
It's like going to the world's biggest music store you could ever think of.
Incredible.
It's amazing.
Where is it? Where are they having it?
It's in Anaheim, California.
Anaheim. Yeah.
So, you know, all the different instrument manufacturers. By the way, what Adam, what kind of drums do you play? What brand?
DW Collector Series. Just it's the best, and I don't mess around. You know, it's like playing pillow. I don't even know how to explain it. It's just happiness. And Zildjian A Customs.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. And Will, what do you play? What guitars and amps?
Yeah. For so I do Schecter for pistols, just because with the Sustainiac too, like it's I love it for live stuff. But wise, right now I'm using the Helix, and but I think I'm going to make the jump to a Neural Quad Cortex soon. So I'm excited to try those out, and kind of mess around.
Very cool.
Yeah, but I love all bands. My favorite guitars that I play are the Ernie Ball Music Man, the Axis ones. They're butter.
Yeah. Actually, a friend of mine just bought one of those, and we're going to meet up on Monday because I have one of the Eddie ones. The original ones. And so we were going to like compare the two, you know, play the two together. And
yes. Oh, dude, that's a dream guitar right there.
That's what people keep saying. I've had the guitar since '92, so for me, it's just like an old guitar. But a lot of people are like, man, that's like. I hear all the time from people on Instagram and TikTok, like that's their dream. That's their dream guitar.
Dude, it's true, man. There's just something about it. Some magic coming off that thing.
It's great. It's great. Well, dudes, yeah. Well, hey, thank you so much. Thank you for
having
out.
us.
You're welcome.
Absolute
Thank you again
pleasure.
to Shauna. Thank you to Shauna for reaching out.
Yes.
100%.
Thank you, Shauna.
And when you guys will have to come back.
We will.
We'll have to have everybody here.
We will.
When you guys come to Bay Area, that's where I am. I'm in basically San Francisco area. So
nice. Love San Francisco.
Next time you're here, would love to come out and see you guys. And can I get a quick channel ID from you guys? Can you guys say something like, hey, this is Adam and this is Will. We're from Pistols at Dawn, and you're watching Johnny Bean TV.
Hit it, Will.
All right. Hey, this is Will and Adam from Pistols at Dawn, and you're watching live on Johnny Bean TV.
Awesome. Thank you. I like to use those for like intros and outros of shows and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Very nice.
So cool, guys. Well, Adam, Will, great to meet you guys, and definitely keep in touch.
We will.
If you guys are on Facebook and everything, I'll get your info, and you guys keep a lookout for Pistols at Dawn coming to a town near you.
Grateful, brother. Thank you so much again for having us tonight. It was an honor.
Thank you, Johnny. Pleasure to meet you. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. All right. I will see you guys. Actually, let's do this real quick. Thank you to all our channel members here on Johnny Bean TV. Thank you for your continued support for this channel and these shows. And I will see you guys on the next one. Okay. Let me play the outro real quick, and then we'll say bye off the air. Okay? All right, guys. Thanks for watching. I will see you guys on the next one. Johnny Bean TV. Bye.